black queer women rock.
I feel like society gives us this pressure to like pick one identity and like rock with that one. And like being a black queer woman are three very different things. And like in those communities they look different, and intersecting they look very different. So it's just like the wholesomeness of my identity, and it's pretty much a permission platform for like the person I am and like what I advocate for and things like that.
So being K is just being myself. I would say creative, really funny, sarcastic, also bisexual with a girlfriend. I don't know, the dreadhead. That's a Delta in Mizzou. About it. I kind of know myself a lot more, so I can just identify as myself more than identifying with a category of other people.
To me, being a black queer woman is, initially, it's just being myself. It's who I am. It's not just something that I practice. It's what I am every day. And I think one of the important things that comes with that identity is making it visible in my community and making it visible in society, and not saying in a monolithic sense this is what a black queer woman is, but saying that we are here.
Being a black queer woman, I think that you kind of carry a lot of weight, but I think with that you also are kind of stepping outside of the box, because there's so many ideas about what the black woman should be, and then for you to just be queer, you're stepping completely outside of that. But it's almost, I don't know, it's almost a twofold thing. It's like you step out of one box and then you inherently step right into another one. So
that's a really hard thing. It's just like getting, like I said, boxed into this idea of who I am, and like in my humanness, I feel like it's been distorted and taken away from just a little bit. And another thing that's hard about being like a leader and like being, you know, queer black woman, and like also being known as a survivor is like, and a feminist. It's like I feel people like think that like they know, you know, I get who you are. You know, but there's so much else that I don't talk about.
When people look at you and they don't know what you may identify as, and they actually see the power that you have when you do have this identity, that's one of the most coolest moments, I think, when actually people find out that I'm queer. It's just a whole different thing. Like, okay, I may have assumed it, but I mean, I really didn't know. But then, oh shit, you're cool as hell. So I mean, kind of didn't see it happening.
It's not a necessity to come out. When not everyone is hiding, some people just, it's not, their queerness is not a large part of their identity, or it's not safe to say it, or different reasons for that. So for me, it was a necessity because it put me in these leadership roles that I'm in today, and it helped me better understand myself.
I think it's super important to see people who do identify as queer or lesbian, gay, but, you know, transgender, anything, because you need to see that those people are there, that they exist, that they're normal people, that they do the same things that you do, and they deserve your respect, and they deserve your attention, and their issues deserve just as much attention as your issues do, and that their issues are your issues because they're still a part of your community. They're not, you know, it's not, gay is not a white thing, gay is not a Hispanic thing, gay is an every community thing.
As president of the org of Queer People of Color, I've faced a lot of challenges specifically in the black community where people don't want to, it's not that they're outright just saying no to these identities, these queer identities, but they're saying, they're ignoring it.
There are some huge cultural differences between the like general LGBTQ community and then the whole QPOC community, if I may say, call that a community. And I feel like when I do go there, if there aren't people from my QPOC family there, then I am already out of place because I'm not in that culture. I just think that the topics of conversation are totally different, the things that you're stressing about are different, and even if they are the same, you know, baseline kind of topic, they're always presented in a totally different way, and I just don't really fit in with that.
I'm able to be a part of the black community on campus, and I'm able to be a part of the LGBTQ community on campus, and I'm able to be a part of the women community on campus. campus, but it also, on the same spectrum, has sort of marginalized me and stopped me from being represented in those communities. Because being a black queer woman, it is a minority within a minority within a minority. So I often feel like I'm on that radical spectrum. I am being the black queer woman in certain spaces.
It is isolated and provided a community in the same breath. There are definitely instances where I do not feel comfortable because of the intersection of my identity, or there are other situations where I feel like I've formed chosen family because of my identity. Those infuriated feelings that I get from being ignored just pushes me to like get in people's faces more and try and put our organization's name out there more and try and get more involved with the events that they have going on here.
Being able to claim my own identity and just being, I'd like to think that I was already pretty self-aware, but being able to fully be that and fully accept that has just given me a personal pedestal and like a lot of self-empowerment. Like, well, you know what? This has always irritated me on campus, but now I'm going to speak up about it. Or this has always pissed me off about this organization, but now I'm going to tell you about it because I just don't care anymore. I don't feel like I have to hide behind my words anymore. I've come across these few shining stars from the classes below me, but they've just shown me like, you know what? You can kind of just do whatever you want. Just certain people who have always, the people who are unafraid to speak up and just do what they want and have that unpopular opinion have really had a big effect on me.
You should actually be trying to be a leader and not just trying to be a leader to the community. Be a leader for yourself, you know? I would think that being a leader is like enhancing your self skills and having other people follow that and wanting to mold themselves into something that they can see in the future for themselves or enhance their abilities because they see you can do it too as a leader. So, and just knowing how to be myself makes people more comfortable and just aware that they can be themselves around me.
What's been so empowering is just seeing other people come into themselves and just, not necessarily like knowing I've been a part of that, but just knowing that I've provided a space where they felt comfortable to do that too. Like I have this responsibility to wear these hats and to be these people. And like I understand that a lot of what I do isn't for me, it's for other people. Actually, all of what I do isn't for me, it's for other people. But I like that. I think that encourages me. It's just because like I am so rooted in the idea of community. And I honestly believe that love can transcend and fix everything. And I think all we need to do is just love a little harder.